Hello, what is going on, dudes? My name is Legend, and welcome back to Super Mega Baseball. It's been a while since we last played this, hasn't it? Well, with Super Mega Baseball 2's release around the corner, I really wanted to play and really wanted to get our season over with so I could maybe start a new one on Super Mega Baseball 2. So, that's indeed what I did. I decided to power through the remaining, I don't know, 11 games or something that we had. Maybe it was less than that. I don't remember. It was just to the end of the season. We had basically clinched playoffs a while back. When I started this session, I'd have to lose every single game, and the third place opponents would have to win every single game in order to pass us. It only depends on who starts at home, so that's really about it. Now, what I decided to do is, because of how many games there were and how much footage there is, I'm just going to basically be showing you what led to the outcome of that game and then show you the final result of the game. That's what I'm gonna do. There's only a couple games I actually want to keep that were like super extra inning thrillers that I really wanted to go through and highlight those games because they were fun to play. Anyways, you're seeing here some of the first inning. I don't know what the stuttering is. I really do apologize for that. That wasn't happening for most of it. I did have some lag issues, and I really don't know why. Because this game is less graphically impacting than Attack on Titan, but I have better luck with Attack on Titan. It's really strange. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm excited for Super Mega Baseball 2 for me to get into it. I purchased it, and it came out the day before this is going up. I recently knew about its early May release, which I didn't know when the actual release date was. And I'm like, oh, okay, I want to power through the season, so I just got it all done, and yeah, you'll have to see. Well, we did make playoffs, it's guaranteed. I'm just telling you now, we did make playoffs, but you'll have to see what our final record is and whatnot, and yeah, so I'm excited, so I really hope you all enjoy, and yeah, thanks for watching. Now, I don't actually remember if I mentioned this, but I'm just gonna say it again. This was the second game I actually played. The first one, I had issues with action. I didn't realize that game modes, like the game and game and monitor capture modes are different, and they actually act differently on Windows 10, when on Windows 7 they were the same, and they were basically in one setting. Anyways, I messed that up, but in the first game we played, I had a perfect game going into the top of the 10th inning, and then everything fell apart, and we lost. So, I just thought I'd mention that. It was so unfortunate. But as you can see here, we are at top 9, and Caleb lines out. And Jad does as well. Provided two different fielders, but same result. And we lose the first game in this video to the Moose. Next up, we have a game against the Platypi. Now, to start things out, Mikasa has an RBI double to left center when Marshall had got on from a single. So, there we go. We take an early 1-0 lead. A little bit later in the game, Jan has a 2-run home run to straightaway left field, just around the foul pole. Gives us a 3-0 lead. And here we go, top 9, 2 outs, ground out, wins us the game, and we pick up the second game versus the Platypi. Third, we got the Beewolves here, our league rivals. I missed my spot, and they hit a ball to the very back, the farthest part of the park. And due to me misjudging it and diving incorrectly, that allowed, and not throwing it to the right person, let them get a inside the park home run. Then they get an RBI triple to right center because it hits the wall, and then I make a poor choice in throwing, and it takes a while to get to where it is, and instead of just being it with two runners on, anyway. And then an RBI ground out to give them a 3-0 lead. Nick here has a ground out that ends up getting us 1 run, which is very nice. And I believe it was the next inning, actually, no, it was right after, Um, Jad hits a solo home run to straightaway right field this time, and brings us within 1 run, which is really, really nice. We're back in top 9. We got 2 on, 2 out, 2 on, 1 out, excuse me, and the right fielder catches it and is able to double us up because I thought it was going to get down, and we end up losing to the B-Wolves 5-2. Next up, we have a game versus the Wild Pigs. Now, to start out here in the first inning, actually, no, this is not the first inning. I wanted to show you here that how defensively the game was up until this point. Now we move into the bottom 9 with Wyatt pinch hitting because I wanted to swap Adam out, and he fouls out the first one. After watching a couple pitches go by, he grounds to the second baseman, and they get out of the inning, which is going to take this to extras. Now we jump forward way earlier, or way later in the top of the bottom of the 14th inning, where Mindy hits a single to right field, and then Marshall's like, I'm done with this. 2-run walk-off home run to right field. Perfect time to show up. And we win in the bottom of the 14th inning, 2-0. Next up, we have a game here against the Buzzards. Same stadium. And to start out, they hit a 2-run home run to straightaway right field. Now, this guy, I don't know who he is. I don't remember his character name, but he was a problem for us. Next up, Nick just decides to go yard himself and puts a solo home run into the farthest part of the park, actually. So, that's pretty cool. And then Mikasa does the same. A little bit more towards center field, but still a bomb. And that ties this game up at 2-all. Next up, Mindy hits a solo home run to straightaway left field. Barely keeps inside the foul pole, but it's gone. And that gives us a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th, which is very awesome. And we give up another home run to right field to that same dude. See, I told you he was a problem. After getting 2 on, they get a hit in just the perfect place, and two runners are able to score. So that gives them a 5-3 lead. But Mindy hits an RBI single, which is really nice, and that brings us with it. Actually, excuse me, an RBI double with the bases. Were the bases loaded? It seems like they were. Anyways, it ties it up. So to end the 9th inning, we're all tied up. Bottom 11, excuse me. Marshall's like, yeah, we're out of here, and hits another walk-off home run to right field and wins us the game. So we end up winning here against the Buzzards. So that was pretty cool. Next up, we're here up against the Moonstars. Now, to start out, funny, we're up against the Moonstars. It's kind of funny because Nick hits a moonshot to right center field and drops that ball into the unpopulated part of the stands and gives us a 1-0 lead early in the game. That was 442 feet. That was a bomb for real, dude. So as you can see, there was some pretty decent defensive performances here, and then Caleb hits an RBI single into left field and scores Nick, and then Michaela gives up a 2-run home run, and yeah, now we're tied again. And we go bottom 9, and Josh didn't jump. I swear I hit the right button when that happened. I guess maybe it didn't select him, and we weren't able to get it in time, and they're able to get an RBI triple and win the game, bottom 9. They scored all 3 of their runs in the bottom 9, so. The final game here up against the Crocodons, Jad hits a solo home run into center field to start things off, which is pretty cool, to lead off the second inning. Then Adam gives up a hit deep to right field that somehow I misplay with Marshall, and they're able to get a double out of that. So you got runners on second and third, and an RBI ground out to Josh here is able to get them 1. And luckily I actually went for the out. Next up, Caleb hits a solo home run, the first one he's hit in a while. He hits it all the way out to that statue. That was a long home run. It was like, was that 460? No, 446. There was another one that was 462 at some point. But anyways, that was really, really helpful. And then they hit a home run that just barely taps the foul pole. So lucky, it just barely got there. And they tie the game 2-2. And that is the final out of the 9th inning. So we go into extras once again. And he anticipates the screwball and hits it way out to center field, and I misplay the ball. And that allows them to get an RBI double and win the game in extras again. So that's unfortunate, but we do make playoffs. We end up clinching the top seed. I don't really know how. I don't think we beat the B-Wolves at all, but we ended up with the same sort of record as them. But anyways, here we are. We're going to go into the standings. Nick wins the Triple Crown with the batting average, home runs, and RBIs. It's crazy. Me and Jad were on most of those lists, and on batting average, Mike was there too. On base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, all of them are led by Nick. Hits, extra base hits, all by Nick. Jad and I were very close though, on at least the hits, but runs scored, Nick also won that. And wins, all of our pitchers were in the top percentage of wins, and ERA as well, which is really nice. Coming into whip, I don't really know what that means, but all of our pitchers did good in that. Opponent batting average, Michaela held the top spot. And strikeouts, I wasn't a very strikeout pitcher. I just, control sometimes hard to do. But look at this, walks per 9, less than 20, basically. And then strikeout to walk ratio. That's crazy. See you in the playoffs, everybody.